Thank you very much. This is David Lynch's, not only his first visit to Brisbane, but also to Australia. So we're really
happy to be here. Good to see you.
You said once the best thing in the world is creating. So how do you begin the creative process?
I say the best thing in the world is ideas. And none of us do anything without an idea. Even if it's you look in the cupboard and there's no coffee, you get an idea to go to the store and get some coffee. So there's ideas for everything, and I love to try to catch ideas and catch an idea that I fall in love with, and then I know exactly what to do. Stay true to that idea, translate it to one medium or another.
Stay true, but how difficult is it to stay true when you create?
It's not really difficult. When you catch an idea, you see it in your mind's eye, and you feel it, and you can hear it, and then you write that idea down on a piece of paper. And you write it down in such a way that when you read it, the idea comes back in full. And you hold this idea in your mind, and you stay true to that, and it guides you through the process.
You're an artist who has merged film, television, music, design, animation. Do you think art should be without borders, without pigeonholes?
Yes. There's a thing called freedom, and it's very, very important. Free to think anything and do anything. Every human being has a line they won't cross, but it's a different place for each of us. But you need to have freedom to do your work. Any restrictions is a sadness, and it can kill creativity.
So we know that meditation has played a very important role in your life. So how does meditation help you create?
We are all human beings, and the human being is a glorious being. And even though it might not be taught in school, each and every one of us human beings has a field within us, a treasury within us. And this treasury is known by many names, but it's like an ocean of pure consciousness, pure bliss. Unbounded this field is. Unbounded, infinite, eternal, immutable, immortal consciousness. And this field in Vedic language is called Nitya and Aparashaya, meaning eternal and uncreated. No one created this field. It's always and forever been there. It's there right now, and it will be there forever. And this consciousness, pure consciousness, has qualities. So within each and every one of us is unbounded intelligence, unbounded creativity, bliss, happiness, love, energy, and peace. And we're living on the surface, but deep within is this treasury. So I practice Transcendental Meditation as taught by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And Maharishi brought this, it's a mental technique, an ancient form of meditation he brought back for this time. It's easy and effortless. It's not a concentration form of meditation. It's not a contemplation form of meditation. These things keep you maybe near the surface at best. Any kind of mental activity will keep you near the surface. This Transcendental Meditation, easy and effortless, all the way to the source of thought, pure consciousness, modern science's unified field, the kingdom of heaven which lies within, the absolute, many names. And once any human being experiences that, transcends and experiences that, they infuse some, They grow in that. They truly begin to expand whatever consciousness they had to begin with. And the side effect of expanding consciousness and these all positive qualities is negativity begins to recede. So things like stress, traumatic stress, anxieties, tensions, sorrow, depression, hate, anger, fear start to lift away from the human being. Such a freedom this brings. So I say it's like gold coming in from within and garbage going out. And it saves our lives. It brings so much happiness in the doing, so much more flow of ideas, better relationships, seeing life as a better and better thing. And it's very good. It feeds the work and feeds the life.
David, yeah. Let's talk a little bit about your films.
Sure thing.
Now, we should talk about Twin Peaks. This same article that I mentioned earlier in today's Sydney Morning Herald, let me just quote a line from the article. It says, "If Lynch will be remembered for one great contribution to cinema, it's the way he's been able to bring a sense of lingering, unresolvable mystery back into movies and television to re-embrace the subconscious."
Pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
He's
And then you made a feature film spin-off. There's a line in Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me, "We live inside a dream."
We live inside a dream.
Yeah, that's a very Lynchian.
No, it's sort of the truth. It's sort of the truth. And one day we wake up and realize that it was a dream, and we realize who we truly are. It's a glorious day when that happens.
Mulholland Drive. Now, this started off, well, tell us the story. I mean, it didn't finish up the way it started.
This was, again, fate stepping in. Again, Tony Krantz comes to me. I'd already written on a piece of plywood, "I will never do television again." And, but he came and started firing me up about doing something. And so out came this script for a pilot for a television series. And it was again with ABC. And they seemed to really like the idea of this. I worked on the pilot for a long time, and it came the time to show them something, and I showed them a rough cut. It was a little bit finer than a rough cut. And the person I heard that saw it at 6 o'clock in the morning, having coffee, standing up, seeing it on a television across the room. And he hated it. So they canceled the thing. So it was a little bit depressing for a while. My dear friend Pierre Edelman from Paris came to visit, and we started talking about this thing being a feature. And he went back, and one thing led to another, and Canal Plus wanted to give me money to make it into a feature, and that took a year to negotiate. During the time it was being negotiated, I didn't think too much about making it into a feature, but on the day that the thing was done, a horror came over me. I had zero ideas of how to do it. You don't meditate to get ideas, you meditate to expand that container and get ideas more easily outside of meditation. But that particular night, I sat down to meditate, and I've told this story a bunch of times, as if it was a string of pearls. The ideas came, one after another, how to do it, and that was a real gift. And so we shot again and made it into a feature, and away we went.
And so how long in total was it between that fine cut or that fine rough cut and starting shooting again?
Over a year.
Over a year.
Yes, over maybe a year, and I'm not sure how long it was, but I believe it was over a year.
So there was a chance you couldn't get all the actors back?
Oh, it was a terrible thing, and that what made it all the worse. I called, and all the sets had been destroyed. All the costumes had gone, what they say, into the stream, gone for others. All the props gone. And I thought, how in the world is this going to happen? But the ideas came.
Now, as Australians, I'm sure we're interested to know about Naomi Watts.
Oh, yeah.
And how you came to cast her in the film.
Well, I have to say, David and I were talking earlier, every Australian actor or actress I've met have been sensational. They have the stuff, but they don't go on ego trips. They're regular, straight shooters, and great people to be around. And it was one by one, all the same super people. Naomi's one of them. Naomi, her best friend is Nicole Kidman, who became a superstar. And Naomi couldn't get arrested. And this world of television series, our actors have to sign on just in case there's many seasons. They have to sign on for a long time. So you can't get big stars to sign on to something. They just won't do it, whether they love it or not. So you swim in a different pool, and Naomi was in that pool. I saw a picture of Naomi, and then I met Naomi 2 times, and then a 3rd time, and I saw the way she is and knew in my heart this was the perfect person, and away we went. And we had so much fun making this. And bless her heart, she has the stuff, all the stuff. And so then she was able to go on from there and become a superstar on her own.
I did an interview with Naomi at the time of Mulholland Drive came out, and she told me that she was excited to work with you on what she thought would be a television series. And when the news came that ABC America, we should say, because didn't want to proceed with it, she was absolutely devastated. She thought that was the end of her career. She thought, I'm a complete failure. And then when the French came in and you completed it as a feature film, she was so excited and so thrilled. And she was absolutely full of admiration for your persistence in getting that film finished.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Please thank David Lynch.
Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.